I've got an XRP related hack that I have to share with you. It's a very, very bad one. And XRP right now is the top traded altcoin in the market for 2023. We're also going to hit up some price action. Yeah, you know we got to talk some price. And the same problems over and over are plaguing crypto and technology. Happy Tuesday, everyone! We're banging and wanging and getting to your comments. Jungle Dave 17 says, hey Klaus, want to let you know XRP was just relisted on Coinbase platform. Keep up the good work. Thank you. And yes, if you hear any more positive XRP relistings or XRP specific news, hit them up in the comments and I will be sure to get to them. What else do we got? Oh boy. Jay Locker 1739 says deadline for an appeal is tomorrow. No appeal tomorrow. We're going up, baby. Just watch. Where the hell are you getting there? There is no deadline for the appeal. Come on now. I don't know where you're getting your news from. Hopium channels. Pesky Logic Twin says not to mention the unemployment aid was more than people were making full time. He's coming on the fact that stimmy went rampant in the market. Rampant stimmy. And now we're paying for it. We're paying for it with high inflation and high interest rates. Why? Because money printer went brr. Bitcoin sitting at 29,129. ETH 1853. XRP highlight of the show under 70 cents at 68.6. While XLM sitting at 14.2, down 2%. Scammers hack attorney Jeremy Hogan's Twitter account to promote fake XRP giveaway. Now hold up. Elon can do whatever the hell he wants with the Twitter bird and branding attacks and all that. He cannot fix this problem. All the scams and fakes and hacks all over Twitter. But this one's bad because it's with Hogan. Look at Hogan's page. XRPX to celebrate our victory. Claim your XRPX Hogan's. Fake. I'm telling you, everyone. This is exactly what happens. I did the story yesterday about this. Well, not this exact one because this is new, because this just happened. That's why you hit the subscribe button, because this is breaking news. But I did a story yesterday about all the scams and all the hype around X, and we got to blame Elon for this. Look at Hogan. Don't miss out on your golden chance to grab those precious XRP tokens. Hacked. Here's one with the Twitter bird up at the top. Celebrate XRP's triumph with some compliment tokens. Hack. Scam. What's scary about this is a lot of people follow Jeremy Hogan. 279,000 followers. Wow, that's bad. Total Hack, by the way, hasn't gotten control of his page. Now we're going to go into some XRP juice, along with some venture capitalist funding information. Oh, it's Tuesday, baby. We're coming in with a big news story. Ripple's XRP has been making high headlines for many months now, with the excitement most circling around the case. Top traded altcoins in 2023. I got it up on the screen, and as always, any article you see in this video or all my other ones will be linked in the description below. Look at that. XRP blowing away Sol, Doge, BNB, Matic, Litecoin, APT, WBT, ARB, and ADA. Wow. Like by a significant amount too. So there's a lot of juice floating around XRP, but it's not holding up the price, is it? The price is fading. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Let's keep going. U.S. venture capital funding slumped 49% in 2023. There were 4,218 deals with disclosed funding during the 6-month time period. They're talking about first half of this year, with a total value of $64.6 billion. That's a 35% decline year over year and a 49% drop in deal volume. Now that's overall venture capital funding. That means it's going into AI, other tech things, fintech things. Well, it's also crypto too. Crypto and blockchain sector saw $2.3 billion invested globally in the second quarter, marking a new cycle low and the lowest since quarter 4 of 2020, continuing a downward trend that began after a $13 billion peak in quarter 1 of 2022. So wait a minute. You're telling me that money was cheap, venture capitalists was able to pour lots of money into crypto, lots of money into other things? Yes. As money got more expensive, they're not able to. Let's keep learning because this is fun. This is fun. I love this. Most of the some 50,000 venture capital-backed U.S. startups are relying on capital obtained in 2020 to 2021 to stay afloat. Why would they be relying on capital from 2020 and 2021? Oh, because money was cheap here. I've got the Fed's fund rate up on the screen. Yes, everyone, I brought it up in the late video yesterday. If you didn't miss it, I'm sorry. I'll have it linked at the end. It goes into super depth. Money was cheap then. So that's why things are getting tighter. That's why things are lasting, because money was cheap then, and even venture capitalists are using that funding because the funding now is too expensive. They're not going for new funding now. So they're trying to squeeze what they can out of what they had. FOMO-fueled AI market bull run is unsustainable. AI crypto economy suffers $1.42 billion loss since February. So it's not just crypto. It's AI, it's fintech, it's all of the venture capital market is shrinking, which means a lot less growth and development. Now, here's the thing. There's a ripple effect with this, and that's why I want to bring this up, and then we're going to get into some XRP price talk. The ripple effect is if there's no seed stuff now, if there's no low entry point startup stuff now, that means a couple years down the road, you're not going to have any finalizations of projects or actual on-the-ground launches. So it's not just affecting the growth right now by the pullout of money. Venture capital is a very strong pullout game. It's also going to affect how much more oomph there is a couple years down the road when these incubation periods, well, there was nothing to incubate, so there's nothing to hatch. So this venture capital problem that we're having because money is too expensive, because the Fed fund rates just blew through the roof, that venture capital money is not going to lead to future growth because there's not as much incubating right now. So if we're not incubating as much right now, we're not going to be able to harvest as much later. What if farmers planted 50% less crops? You know what happened at the end of the season? They'd have 50% less to sell. It's exactly what happened with venture capital funding across the globe. This is not a U.S. problem. This is across the globe. Fund rates, Fed fund rates, or whatever you want to call them in that respective country, they've all looked like this. In fact, there's a ton of countries out there that just mimic what the U.S. does. So when the U.S. made money cheap and then now made money super expensive, all these other countries are doing the exact same thing, forcing venture capitalists to rely on money obtained in 2020 or 2021 to stay afloat. So not only do we have a lack of funding problem now, you're going to have a lack of project maturity over the next couple years because there's not as much incubation. XRP price up on the screen. Ooh, this is not what I wanted to see this morning when I got up. By the way, got a bike ride to do today. It's kind of like a fitness test that I'm doing to see where I'm at. I've got a track by my house where when I change up gear and all that, I get to test out the track to see if I'm, shaving time. I got that to look for today. What do you have to look for today? Comment down below. Let me know. Maybe I'll put your comment in next video. But here's the problem. We broke through that 70-cent mark. Let's zoom in just a little bit right here. We did. Remember when we did the video yesterday, I said, hey, what I want to see is the pop below 70 to get us back up. And we did. We did get that pop back up. It wasn't a big pop, but it was there. Then what happened was we couldn't hold 70, and that's where the nervousness started coming into play. 68.71 is where we sit now. Here is the problem. 67.9 is the low on these two candlesticks. That's for a 2-hour time period. Watch what happens again when we go to the month time period. Watch the lows. The low for the initial hit got us back down to 68 cents. That was July 13th. We have now breached that and gone to 67.9. Now, granted, we are up from that at 68.7. But we tested the low and we went past it of the initial hit. The secondary hit wasn't as strong. So you know what this is telling us? We're going to slowly start stepping our way down until we get some more juicy action. And what juicy action are we going to get? Now, granted, some of you out there are like, yeah, but Klaus, we're going to have an appeal. No, there's pesky Logic Chilinsky just said the SEC is appealing secondary markets ruling. That was done because of another lawsuit going on against Do Kwon, where the SEC was like, yo, this is what they said to the judge. It's like, judge, ignore the ruling with Torres. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. Her opinion don't make sense. They're saying that because they don't believe in her opinion. They don't call it a ruling. They don't call it a decision. They've called it a opinion. So they're going to appeal their opinion. It's coming, everyone. But now what we have to do, can we get through Jerome Powell in the Fed's meeting tomorrow? Live stream on that, don't worry. Can we get through venture capital tightening up their purse strings? And now, mind you, XRP is seeing the slow decline in price, even though it is the highest traded crypto out there in altcoins for 2023. But these moves aren't lasting. So now the story is this. We're going to watch real close. And if you can't, don't worry, I will, because I like this stuff. It's a lot of fun for me. But we're going to watch close. Because right now, if we get some economic bad news out there between now and the Fed meeting, it's going to send us lower faster. The hope is that we get some good news and that we pop from this low of XRP right here. But we're under that 70 cent mark. It's the first time we've seen that since July 15th. XRP, as much as we love it, as much as this, that, and that, money is still a problem. Venture capitalists are not investing. Fed fund rate is way high. Money is super expensive. And we still have massive problems with scams. Now, Hogan, and the reason I brought this up is because, remember, Hogan's a big player out there in the XRP world. There, I guarantee you, and I even see it on the screen, followed by Reverend Funky, Crypto Talk Mike, and 18 others you follow. A bunch you follow Hogan. How many people out there you think got caught up by this? How many people out there think they saw the Jeremy Hogan, they're like, yo, this dude is legit, and got burned? Elon can rebrand Twitter all he wants, but it's still a platform for scams and all sorts of grossness. So no, there isn't an XRPX giveaway celebrating the win and Elon going to X. It's more hopium and bullshit. And here's how I'm going to end the video. I'm going to share with you the FUD behind the deadline of the appeal and why a lot of you are getting mixed up and you need to check your sources, SA, because whatever channels you're watching are leaving out a lot of important juicy deets. Ripple versus SEC. Investors need to know this deadline. This is coming from Hogan, not the scammed Hogan. Hogan, a seasoned attorney with experience in appeals, cautions that appeals are typically pursued after the case is completely finished. After the final judgment is entered, either party has 60 days to appeal, says Hogan, who emphasized that the case is not yet finalized. So if the case isn't finalized, the 60-day window hasn't started. Now here's where the FUD comes from. Here's where the hopium from other channels comes from. I don't mean to pop your bubble this Tuesday, but someone's got to give you the real news and not the fake bullshit out there. Here's the 10-day rule. Interlocutory appeal. That is very different than a finalized appeal. As far as I can see in the rules, you have 10 days to notice an interlocutory appeal, states Hogan. Since the summary judgment was issued on July 13th, an appeal by SC or Ripple Labs would have to be filed by July 23rd, 10 days, or the 24th if the deadline does not start until the following day. This means that Monday, blah, 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 blah. Interlocutory appeal. That is very different. That is an appeal that happens before the case is finalized. So that type of appeal, yes, has a 10-day deadline. But for those of you out there that are sitting there going, yo, the SEC only has 10 days and then we're done, then we're AGP. No. Damn it, whatever channels you're watching out there that's only feeding you part of the story, the hopium part, the part that says, yo, you only got 10 days and then we're in the clear, those channels suck because they're leaving out the biggest part of an appeal. And that's when a case is finalized. When a case is finalized, and this case is not finalized, you have 60 days. So guess what, everyone? Maybe the 10-day interlocutory appeal window is over. But that's a small appeal thing that rarely ever happens. But once judgment is finalized, then a 60-day window starts. But an interlocutory appeal is rarely granted and generally requires compelling reasons such as release of significant information that could impact the case. Oh. However, Hogan points out that Judge Torres did not certify her ruling for immediate review, indicating that an interlocutory appeal might not be granted in this scenario. So it doesn't even fit. So whatever you're watching out there that's telling you, yo, we only had to wait 10 days, they either had poor reading comprehension skills or they were feeding you with hopium. I hope they bought you dinner before they wined, dined, and 69'd you.